I find comfort in the rain. The pitter-patter of raindrops on my bedroom window soothes my jaded soul. For a short moment, I feel at ease, watching the water run down the battered street and into the storm drains. The little drops fall into a black abyss as the wind screams in terror. I hear my mom coming up the stairs, her footsteps easily recognizable.
Michael, get your ass to bed. You have school tomorrow.
She shouts as she passes by my lair. I shoot back with a quick,
All right.
After a long day of doing absolutely jack shit, a little bit of shut-eye is exactly what I need. I must recover my strength for the arduous quest that lies ahead of me. I perform the average ritual. Brush my teeth, tidy up my room, shut the curtains, turn off the lights, the usual. I yawn as I toss my socks into the sky blue hamper and crawl into bed, finding myself alone in a cozy void. The only thing that brightens the room is a sliver of pale moonlight that peeks out from a slit in the curtains. I'm comfortable, collected, and, for once, not worrying about dumb antics I got into years ago. My thoughts begin to drift off as my conscience fades. My muscles begin to relax as all of my doubts are drowned out by the howling wind and rain. Then I hear it, sharp and sudden against my window. I snap out of my trance. Instinctively, I jolt up from where I'm laying, my full attention on those white curtains. My thoughts begin to race as I ponder the source of this intrusion. It's definitely not a person, as my bedroom is on the second floor of my house. Maybe it's a bird, although I don't know why it'd be out in weather like this. Or perhaps a branch from the nearby tree blowing in the wind. I shrug it off and lay back down. The noise persists. Its rhythm inconsistent. It's quite obnoxious, but I could probably sleep through it. The noise overpowers the sound of the wind and rain. I jolt up again. Now I'm truly curious. I mean, I know it's nothing. I know I'm not going to be greeted by a serial killer on a ladder, but I'd at least like to know what the hell is trying to bust through my window at 10:30. The bed creaks as I get up. I walk over to the curtains, the sound becoming more apparent as I get closer. Slowly, gently, my hand raises towards the window. I hesitate. Anxiety creeps up on me, gnawing at the back of my mind. It's irrational, but there, taking a deep breath, I remind myself there's nothing to worry about. Nobody is outside my window. I let a chuckle slip through my chapped lips. God, this is so stupid. I watch too many horror movies. Now I have to open the curtains just to prove to myself that I'm not a coward. I'm not going to be intimidated by the imaginary boogeyman that my mind cooks up when sleep deprived. I take one more deep breath through my nose and open the curtains. There aren't any ladders. There aren't any birds. There aren't any tree branches. But there does stand a strange figure in the cold, wet night. What horrified me wasn't that his eyes were staring directly into mine. It was the fact that he wasn't looking upwards. His beady eyes looked straight ahead, piercing my soul, as the rainwater runs down his hunched, scraggly back, glistens off his pale white skin. No ladder is needed, as his slender, unnerving legs give him all the leverage he needs. He is, to detail it simply, a travesty, a ranky monument to God's failures. I'm paralyzed by the sight of him as my head begins to spin. I feel like I'm going to regurgitate my supper onto the carpet. I open my mouth to scream, to call for help, but only a devastating silence crawls out as I choke on my own fear. A smile grows across his bony face, spreading his paper-thin lips and revealing his jagged teeth. In the blackness of the night, I can see him mouth a long, exaggerated
Hello.
before smashing his skinny arms through my window, sending shards of glass and drops of blood flying across my room.